Valera versus Medivh.
Let the games begin.
Watch your back.
The Tar Creeper's actually pretty good against Mage with their 2/3s and their mana worms and shit. I have to imagine Kibler's probably playing like some Kazakus bullshit though. I still think these cards are both good. Early Jade Golem generation. Actually, assuming that Kibler's probably playing more of a control list. Maybe I should have kept Aya in my opening hand. Okay, well. Looks like that would have not ended well for me.
No. Trust me.
There's also some chance it's not even the real Kibler. I think this is his time slot, though. No Frostbolt, please. Alright, so we're just gonna dagger into that.
Let the pain speak to me.
Alright, Tar Creeper's pretty good into that. Water Elemental. Alright, so it does look like it could be a Kazakus list still. I think it probably just makes sense to just play the Jade Spirit here. I could like backstab, eviscerate, Jade Shuriken, dagger to clear his board. But I don't think there's a clean way to clear without giving him 2 cards off Acolyte. Let's just play the Jade Spirit here. Almost forgot to attack with my Tar Creeper.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Alright, that's not too bad. I guess it is bad that he gets that draw off the Acolyte. So I can play 1-drop, Eviscerate, Jade Shuriken, and Dagger. Which 1-drop is better? It's probably better to just play Firefly here. I'm not going to use the charge out of the patches this turn. And, it's hard to imagine picking up a Swashbuckler card that does better than this clear. Plus, this doesn't leave him with something good to use his hero power on. Is that deck ever hero powering on turn 6? Maybe not. But you never know. And obviously, I was planning on this Firefly activating my Servant of Kalimos top deck. So if I play Servant here, I can trade these 2 and a backstab in here, or I guess if I play Swashbuckler, I could use patches instead of the 1/2. So if I'm using Swashbuckler, we want to start with that. Water Ellie's a good card, but let's play the Servant while he's active. More Jade Golems, please. Let me kill his 5/5. Firelands Portal. Off the book into a 6/6. Seems good, man. So I can Flame Elemental Vilespine here. Lets me kill the 6/6. Vilespine plus my board can probably deal with the 5/5. As far as Vilespine Slayer targets in that deck go, they probably don't get much bigger than a 6/6. There's tier 3 Pyros, there's Medivh. But those are either pretty far out or not that much bigger.
So many options.
Other plays are I could like coin double 4-drop, but the 6/6 is an issue. Let's not play Water Elemental into something that can one-shot it. I could even coin out N'Zoth on turn 9 with this line of play, but I haven't really lost enough Death Rattles. I think I really want to get at least 2 Jade Golems out of my N'Zoth. Wow, I drew the pack already. I wonder if I should have traded Swashbuckler into Solia. Maybe that was a better play. Although it's pretty unlikely he's going to have mana to hero power this turn, with probably 10 cards in his hand. Blizzard from the Glyph. And he is going to hero power this turn, which is a little surprising actually. Oh. Aya, she's so good here, but maybe double 4-drop is better just because of mana issues. Either way, Aya's gonna come down before I can play N'Zoth. Unless I really want to coin it out next turn, but like I said, I don't think it gets enough value.
So many options.
Actually, right now it would only be the Aya and a single Mistress of Mixtures. So let's just play this thing. He still has all 5 of his random cards from the pack, right? All he did last turn was Blizzard. That didn't seem like a super strong volcanic potion, so not too upset by that, I guess. Mimic Pod's a pretty good draw, because I had 3 mana floating with the Aya. And Swashbuckler is actually a pretty reasonable card. So definitely playing Aya here. Should I bump in my 2-1? Just to make sure I can kill the turtle, don't let him hero power it. Seems like he has been pretty happy to just use his hero power over these past couple turns. So maybe I don't want to give him the opportunity to do that again. The downside is, if Aya is doing damage to this, all I have to do is dagger into it. So if I force him to use a hero power here, maybe it's not too bad for me.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
I guess bumping here makes a lot of sense because I do have a 4/4 on the board. It also makes a meteor quite a bit worse for him. Should be pretty easy for him to guess this. I guess we're hoping he gets, I don't know, Jade Spirit or something. It's probably pretty hard for him to put that to work. Oh, the polymorph. That's really rough, actually. Makes my N'Zoth quite a bit worse. Arcanologist is garbage. Mirror Entity is, or Mirror Image rather, is garbage. God, what trash swashbucklers. Don't even have anything to activate my Servant of Kalimos. Do I even want to play the Arcanologist out here? Kinda weak to AoE, but most of my board is just like shitty 1/1s. Guess I'll play it. I do want to hold back on the mirror image though. Oh, Lyra off the pack, okay. So he probably got 2 1-cost spells, which is why he's been holding back on those. I think that might be a mana bind. Well, let's see if it's mana bind. Unlucky. Well, don't be spellbender, please.
Here we go.
I think I'm gonna hold back on the Servant of Kalimos. I really want to get some value out of it. Same with N'Zoth. Well, I guess if I play the mirror image here, it blocks 5 damage probably. We're approaching the point where I might just have to play N'Zoth for no value. The N'Zoth just doesn't do anything here since he polymorphed my Aya. I think I just have to get stats on the board here. I'm even gonna play the Servant here. I lose the value, but I'm just so far behind right now, I need to get something going. And I guess I'm gonna try to rely on N'Zoth to get me the value I need to win this game. It's just pretty hard to win when they have the turn 1 Mana Worm and they have solely a Firelands Portal on curve. Draw an Angoro pack on like turn 8. Get Lyra. I guess I'm just dead here, huh? Firelands Portal off the Babbling Book, no less. Tough game.
Valera versus Valera.
Watch your back. I always do.
I think with no coin, no backstab, we don't keep Shuriken. Well, my 4-5-6 curve is the dream. What's his turn 2 likely to be? Razor Petal Lasher or something? Maybe I would like to go double elemental here and just assume I'll dagger next turn. I think I like playing Firefly here. Gets me a little bit of board presence. Maybe contests a Razor Petal Lasher with the dagger. It's also good against a top-decked pirate. Bad against coin SI7 agent. I don't think SI7 agent's even really that common though, is it? Maybe it is, I don't know. So I can clear this with an Eviscerate if I really want to. I guess it's pretty good. The Eviscerate only does 2 damage, but he's going to value trade into my 1-2 anyway. I guess the Jade Spirit could clean it up, but I don't really have a thing to do this turn. Could have like daggered into it twice, but then I'm going to take like 9 damage from his SI7 agent. Seems kind of shitty. Pretty good for me, he whiffed this turn. Now my strong curve from 4 to 6 is actually going to pay off. Hopefully, anyway. Wow, that is not a good turn for him. I almost feel bad for him. Not quite, though. Well, I guess this is a pretty shitty turn for me. Well, we never take Magma Rager. Let's just take the Shard. It might be nice to weave this into a turn to deal with a Fat Edwin or an Arcane Giant or something. And it's a cheap card to help me activate my Vile Spine Slayer, which could be relevant, even as soon as this turn. Should be somewhat difficult for him to deal with this 4-5. But I guess Prep Eviscerate does it. He's also gonna have to use the dagger, but that's not really that big a deal. So probably gonna have to play a Vile Spine Slayer here. And freezing his face is surprisingly good since I have 2 2-1s on the board, so not terrible. And we even have Thalnos to activate the Vile Spine Slayer for next turn. And if he doesn't have anything to kill with that, we just drop Aya. And Aya is pretty good. Did this guy just sap my Glacial Shard? The fuck? I'm no Miracle Rogue player. But I don't think I would have made that play ever. Let's hold on to the 2-1. Like I said before, it's good against Edwin, Arcane Giant. And next turn specifically, I could Shard, Shuriken, Vile Spine Slayer. I can also go Thalnos, Shuriken, Dagger. That's 6 mana. My boy's not active. Blaze Caller would have been so good here. Maybe I just go Tar Creeper, Vile Spine Slayer. Puts a pretty good amount of stats on the board. If he plays an Edwin or a Giant or something, I can just ignore it. He doesn't have that many cards in his hand. And then next turn, I'm gonna have 7 face damage with Blaze Caller and Shuriken. Sap Giant, sure. Oh, double Giant. But I'm still at 30, so I'm not really too concerned about this. I can actually just set him to 1 here. He can never do 14 damage to me next turn, can he? Leroy double Cold Blood. I guess we'll play around Leroy double Cold Blood here. We'll just push through as much damage as we can. We played an Elemental, so Blaze Caller's active next turn. There's no way he can kill me or deal with my board and not die to Blaze Caller. Yeah, I don't think he can even do enough to not die on board, let alone prevent the Blaze Caller.